I'm a maritime historian, and my work focuses on the history of seafarers who usually get labeled pirates. The pirates that I focus on mostly lived, worked, sailed in the area known as the Seto Inland Sea. Pirates are cool. Yeah, it's really exciting. There's not a lot of work done on it, so it's sort of a new area. In terms of Japanese history, this is really important because what it does is it allows us to tell the history of Japan from the perspective of the sea. And usually Japan, although it is an archipelago, is usually understood as the history of the land-based, as a land-based state. There is significant commonality between Japanese pirates and other pirate groups around the world. First, it's useful to think of Japanese pirates as autonomous, which, may be kind of an obvious thing to say, since they're usually thought of as criminals. This is the age of the samurai in Japan, so it's a period of incessant warfare. So yes, pirates were violent, but no more violent than anyone else. And again, this is sort of a truism around the world that, we hear all sorts of famous tales about Blackbeard and his vicious depredations, but he was, not necessarily any more violent than people on land. Pirates were the first to bring guns to Japan. They carried Christianity to Japan. They brought, they were heavily involved in exchange of coins, of commercial goods. Usually we think of pirates as parasites or people who simply feast on commerce and don't produce anything. This isn't actually true when we look at the 15th and 16th centuries, where people who are labeled pirates are often active creating trade routes, not necessarily producing goods, but carrying goods, protecting goods, protecting shipments. The term pirate is not one that pirates use to describe themselves. And again, this is sort of one reason that the Japanese case is so interesting, is that we're able to read in the documentary record how pirates thought of themselves. So I have been to many of the major islands that the pirates lived on. This is a photo that I took on my travels, and again, this is that island in that choke point. It's called Noshima. It enables me to look at East Asia from a perspective that there hasn't been a lot done with it before.